What is going on? Hey, it's not.
I'm not sure what to do with my hands.
Hey, I was lucky.
Welcome to this world-first look at Forza Horizon 6. I'm Torben Earth, Design Director for Forza Horizon, and I can't wait to show you what the teams at Playground Games and Turn 10 have been working on.
And I'm Don Arceta, Art Director for Forza Horizon. The Horizon Festival is a celebration of beautiful cars, hit music, and breathtaking locations around the world. And now we're taking you to the place we've wanted to visit for a very long time, Japan.
We designed a campaign that really focuses on your journey. You don't start as a superstar of the festival or a racing champion or even a rookie. You'll start out as just a tourist in Japan. Your first goal is to join the Horizon Festival by completing the Horizon qualifiers. After that, you'll rise through the ranks, unlocking wristbands as you complete races in faster, more exciting cars. At the end of each round, you must prove you're ready to move up by completing spectacular events to unlock your next wristband. These include classic Horizon showcases and our new Horizon Rush events, where you show off your skills on thrilling obstacle courses, like this one at the docks in Tokyo City. When you finally earn your gold wristband, you get access to Legend Island, an exclusive region of the world with unique events, tracks, and areas to explore, and that will be a true accomplishment. Throughout that journey, all of Japan outside the Horizon Festival is yours to explore at your own pace. So,
Yeah, I'm looking forward
let's
to
talk
this.
about the location we've all been waiting for.
Japan is the ideal location for our biggest, most exciting game yet. Full of beautiful landscapes and stunning contrasts of rural and urban, modern and traditional. This
Yo,
is
if
our
they
largest
do-
map, full of verticality,
It'll be
diverse
dope
biomes,
if they do a
seasonality,
collab
and breathtaking driving
with
experiences,
initial D.
elevated by Japan's unique car culture. So we knew from the start that we wanted to deliver the most compelling and authentic game possible.
That would be
to
really
help us
dope.
create those experiences in-game, we sought out advice and insight from people who've lived with Japanese car culture their entire lives.
As someone who grew up in Los Angeles and Tokyo, both cities known for car culture, I developed a passion for cars early. I've also worked extensively
Yeah, I can't wait to go to
supporting
Japan to
creative
see their
collaborations
car
between
culture out
Japanese
there. I've
and
seen
Western
like
video game studios.
videos
Over the
of it.
course
It looks really
production,
dope.
I had many conversations with the team about the nuances and the details of Japanese culture and how to reflect these in Forza Horizon 6. As an example, when we discussed naming options for the player home at Tokyo Docks, we
You lived
discussed
there for
building
3
number,
years.
picking 7 and
Like, that
8
was dope.
because those two numbers are considered fortunate in Japan. In fact, these numbers are also part of a well-known Japanese proverb, "Nana korobi yaoki," which means never give up.
When our team builds a Forza Horizon game, we focus on the essence of the place, what makes it special and unique. At the start of production, our team traveled to Japan to capture reference for everything. Time lapses of real Japanese skies, photogrammetry of trees and geology, scans of roads
Sit
and
there in the
buildings,
earthquake,
and things
bro.
as simple as
This
water
looks
kickoff
fire.
and the way
I
fallen
can't
cherry
wait for this game. I
blossoms
love
respond to passing
Forza
cars.
Horizon.
from these references, we then work to capture the soul of those places, adapting it for Horizon's open-world gameplay. And since Japan is home to driving experiences unlike anywhere else, that process begins with the roads. Inspired by the C1 Loop, Ginkgo Avenue, and mountain passes, like Mount Haruna and Bandai Atsuma. Then we layer in the details around them, creating a world where every road leads to discovery. For this game, we've built our biggest urban area yet. Our Tokyo city is 5 times larger than anything we've designed before, with multiple districts, each with a unique identity. We work to create a city where every road, every corner, and every shortcut is fun to drive and a delight to
That's
explore.
dope.
Seasonal change in Japan is dramatic, and these changes are widely celebrated in local culture. We've captured that in games so that you'll see those changes reflected in the world around you as you explore.
What?
That sense of exploration
There's
is
a
at the heart
road
of the
like
game.
that?
Everything you find on your road trip in Japan is something for you to collect. Cars, houses, landmarks, mascots,
I have
and
to
more,
finish
all
5.
tracked in your adventure journal.
I love how it's like a car RPG game.
Japan's car culture is one of the reasons we've been so excited for this location. And Forza Horizon 6 will feature more than 550 cars at launch. Those cars will have new body kits, new Forza Aero,
I
and the
want to
ability
see.
to paint
I want to see.
liveries on
I might have to
windows.
get this for the pro.
We've also fully overhauled our roster to be better
That's
balanced
crazy.
across all performance classes,
I have
from
to
D
get
to
this
our new
for the
top-end R-Class for track-focused
PlayStation
cars.
Pro. And I'll be playing this on PC.
We've improved how each car is affected by the world. For example, with new cosmetic tire wear, so each car responds authentically as you rack up the miles on those iconic Japanese roads. With more cars on day one than ever before, we've also created new ways to
Like his
expand your car
voice.
collection as you explore. Parked on driveways
Nice
around
voice.
the world, you'll encounter our new aftermarket cars. They're always bargains and
Did
include some
I?
extremely rare and unique
That
cars
bring back
to show
midnight.
off in your garage.
Facts.
We're not just bringing classic JDM to life, but also showcasing some of the newest, most exciting cars in the world. And Forza Horizon 6 cover car is one of them. The GR GT is a race-derived road car that combines motorsport performance with road-going excellence.
Sexy.
And our game is the ideal place to experience the most modern iteration of Kazoo Racing's relentless pursuit of Japanese
Look at that.
engineering perfection.
Our cars sound better than ever, with greater detail and remastered audio, all brought to life by new acoustic modeling technology, simulating the soundscape of the world.
They do a great job with the audio. Whew. I know they improved the sense of speed. This joint
Music
looks
is a
dope.
huge part of the Horizon Festival, and we're curating a diverse track list from around the world, including exciting Japanese artists, so you can choose your perfect soundtrack, whether racing, cruising, or drifting. And to complement the
all
visual
have
contrast of our
some
map,
70s,
we've captured extensive field recordings
80s
across all 4
Japanese
seasons in Japan,
jazz,
creating a rich
like
and truly
R&B in
authentic
there.
world for you to experience.
In Forza Horizon 6, you'll have new ways to shape that world with features that let you make a life for yourself
Get a
in
race
Japan.
wheel.
Our
I
new
haven't had a race wheel in
customizable garages
years.
are the perfect place to do that.
Garage.
You'll find one of these at every player house.
That looks
big enough
real.
for multiple cars, where you can freely decorate the entire space. And when you're done, you can invite your friends over to see what you've built. But the ultimate place to express your creativity is the estate. This mountain valley starts off completely empty and overgrown.
wait to go to Japan.
But once you unlock it, you can build and decorate directly in
That's
the open
fire.
world here. and anything you construct is permanent and visitable by
Oh,
your
I think I
friends.
know. You talking about the Gran Turismo
Our teams
Logitech
are
wheel?
fully committed to Forza Horizon being the open-world driving game for
I wish Gran
everyone.
Turismo
We'll
came
be
out with like
carrying
an
forward
arcade.
all of our
That's what
accessibility
Drive Club
features
was
from
supposed to be,
previous
but
games. We'll also be adding in new options
they dropped the
like
ball with Drive
proximity radar
Club
for
coming out
competitive
with that
players and
PlayStation Plus
auto drive
version.
for players who
Really
want to lean back
painted
and appreciate
how that
the
game really
world in
looked,
motion.
the regular version.
Our major new accessibility feature is customizable high contrast mode, making the open world of Japan visually accessible to everyone. No matter how you and your friends play, you can customize Forza Horizon 6 so you can play together.
Japan is world-renowned for its car meets, like Daikoku, and inspired by these experiences, Forza Horizon 6 will include new, open-world car meets. These are places where you can show off your cars and characters, download
Sean.
tunes and liveries, and even buy a copy of the cars you see.
How you doing?
Then head out together to explore, where you'll find classic events like street races
And
our
a
new
car
Toge
beat's gonna be,
battle,
yo, we gonna have to
iconic
have our
nighttime
car,
races
our
down
car beat.
Japanese mountain passes. There's more to do in the open world than ever before, with new shared experiences like Horizon Time Attack circuits. These are seamlessly part of the open world, with no loads, no matchmaking, just a truly social experience with you, your friends, and the in-world leaderboard. Playing together is easier and more rewarding than ever. Forza fans are incredibly creative, making everything from liveries to race events
Yeah, we
and
need a
scenic
car
locations
club.
to explore. To support your creativity, we've added the ability to start building from anywhere, as well as loads of other player-requested improvements, all of which are also available in the estate and the customizable garage. We also know
Yeah.
you love to collaborate, so in Forza Horizon 6, we're making building fully multiplayer. In Horizon Collab, you and your friends can build anything you can imagine
Yeah, I'm
together.
hyped for Horizon 6 too.
From everyone
They've been
here at
one of the
Playground
most
Games and
consistent
Turntable Studios, we hope you've enjoyed
studios
this
at-
first
at
look
Microsoft.
some of the new features we've been working on, and that you're as excited as we are for the game. We'll be launching on
And they're a
Xbox
cool
and
team. I got a
PC on
chance
the
to meet
19th
some of
May.
them. They're a really
If you're
cool
a Forza
team.
fan on PlayStation, we'll be welcoming you to Japan later this year when our PlayStation version is ready.
That's
For now,
crazy
though,
to say.
Stay tuned
That's
for more
so
updates
crazy to
about the
say.
game over the coming months. And thanks for joining us. We can't wait to see you in Forza Horizon 6 as we discover Japan together.
Yeah, I'll be on PC with it, but I might have to try out that PlayStation version on the Pro. Yeah, me too. I'll have it on PC day one and then see about the Pro version. Definitely gonna make my inquiries right now. That car is sexy. What is this? Got some Gundam John? I was out this summer. Okay. On the list. This game right here, I'm totally excited for. This game, I'm like the people who made freaking Pokemon. It's the Pokemon team.
皆さんこんにちは。ゲームフリークのゼネラルプロデューサー大森茂です。
Let's focus.
ここは東京にあるゲームフリークのオフィスです。ビースト・オブ・リンカネーションは
Somebody meet first
か
in
つ
an
てない
anime.
新しい体験を作り出すことに主眼を置いたゲームフリーク独自の
The
取り組み
Beast of
ギアプロジェクトから生まれた
Reincarnation.
新
This
しい
looks
挑戦です。
crazy.
これまでもポケットモンスターシリーズのほかソリティバ、ギガレッカーなどさまざまなオリジナルゲームタイトルを世に送り出し常に新しいアイデアや世界観の構築に挑戦しています。ビースト・オブ・リンカネーションはまさに新しい体験ができるゲームです。遠い未来、文明崩壊後の汚れに侵食された日本、そして一人と一匹のアクション RPG というゲームプレイで構築されています。この美しくも過酷なビースト・オブ・リンカネーションの世界で皆さんにも臨場感あふれる冒険を味わっていただくことができればと心から願っています。
これ れまではポケットモンスターシリーズでバトルプランナーやサウンドマネージャーを務めてきました。ただ新しいゲームに挑戦したいという強い衝動もずっとあったんです。
You miss Forza Horizon 6.
最初は黙々とそのゲームである感覚を自分の心に問いかけることから始めていました。世界観もキャラクターもゲームデザインも決めずに、ただどんな感覚がいいんだろうと探っていました。そうしているうちにぬくもり、頼もしさ、そして寂しさが入り混じったような感覚が最もしっくりきたんです。自分の心に反応しました。隔離された主人公エマとこの世界を一緒に旅していくぬくもりのある相棒クーもその過程で生まれました。
古島からビースト・オブ・リンカネーションのコンセプトを聞いてとても興味を惹かれ、すぐに参加しようと心に決めました。長年ゲームフリークではポケットモンスターシリーズを通じて生き物やパートナーを描いてまいりました。しかし今回のプロジェクトでは過酷な世界を相棒と共に旅をするという体験を目指しています。
It's just I love to see when game developers, they're always known for that one game and that one game looked that way, and then out of nowhere they come out with something like this. And it's like, yo, that's the same team that made such and such and such. Yeah, I already know about all this stuff.
エマの能力にすることになり、プロトタイプも
Hey, watch is not gonna be that much.
そしてそれがエマという人物のバックグラウンドとキャラクターデザインを形
But
作
yeah,
ってい
as
った
far
んです。
as the Pokemon,
これまでゲームフリーク
it's
は
dope to see
動
when
植
game
物や
developers
自
do
然と
that.
真摯に向き合ってきました。形状を自由に変えられて武器のように鋭くなりつつも美しい、そんな中核となるモチーフとして植物を選びました。ただ単に美しい植物を風景で表現するだけではなく、遊びにも植物を取り入れました。しっくりとくるモチーフを見出し、ゲームデザインとモチーフを紐付けることはポケットモンスターシリーズの開発を通じて培ってきた重要なステップです。モチーフが決まった段階でコンセプトアーティストの幸田一馬さんご協力のもと、この世界のビジュアルを形作っていくことにしました。エマとクーの姿を思い描いた時、自然に支配される世界の舞台として日本がぴったりだと考えました。日本の昔から続く山々に囲まれた自然豊かな風景と SF が入り混じった世界をエマとクーが歩く姿を自然にイメージできました。さらに植物をモチーフとした重要な存在として植物と動物が融合した生物でもある腐植体も出来上がっていきました。腐植体のデザインは当時私が注目していたデジタルアーティストの森田裕樹さんにお願いすることにしました。
世界の舞台を作るのと同時にエマとクーの物語を作り上げていきました。ストーリーの舞台は西暦4026年の日本です。はるか昔に発生した汚れという名の寄生植物の影響で人類の大半が消滅した後の世界です。エマは腐植体を狩り、その汚れを自分の体に封じ込めることができるという特別な能力を持っています。ただそれがゆえにエマは恐れられ、人々が住むコロニーから隔離され暮らしています。エマと彼女の相棒となるクーは日本の東の地で出会います。そのクーの目的がこのゲームの謎の一つでもあります。
名前は何だ？
クーだ。
クーから目を離さない方がいい。
ああ、分かってる。封じ後エマ、お前に輪廻の獣討伐の命を下す。
都に迫る輪廻の獣を討伐するにはエマとクーの力を強化していく必要があります。そのためにこの世界に存在する強力な腐植体主を討伐し、その力を取り込んでいくことになります。汚れを封じることができるエマにしかできない特別な役目です。腐植体はこの世界の畏怖の対象であり、 最も象徴的な存在です。汚れに寄生されて巨大化していった生物たちです。エマとクーが戦う強力な敵です。腐食体は汚れを吐き、その巨体で世界を蹂躙していきました。腐食体の中でもひときわ大きい主と呼ばれる存在は、植物を操り自身の支配地域に汚れの森を呼び出します。汚れの森に入ると周囲の環境がガラッと変わります。手強い腐食体が襲いかかり、プレイヤーの行く手を阻むのです。そしてこの世界にはゴーレムというもう一つの勢力があります。ゴーレムは過酷な世界を生き残るため、かつての人間が魂を機械の体に転送した姿です。2000年の間に凄まじい戦闘技術を身につけましたが、一方で魂は劣化してしまっていて暴走しています。
エマとクーはさまざまな人物と出会います。長い旅をサポートするブラッド、カグラであったり、あとはクナイというエマと同じように腐食体を連れた剣士とも巡り合います。
とどめはきちんとさせ。
エマとクーは同じく汚れの力を宿していて、互いにその力を影響させ合いながら戦います。例えばエマが敵の動きを見極め攻撃を受け流すと、クーに力がたまり開花技という強力な効果を持った技を発動できます。そして開花技を放てば、さらに次のアクションの選択肢に幅が広がります。例えばある開花技を使うと、エマは彼岸花の大輪を咲かせ、その大輪に跳躍して兜割りを行うことができます。また別の開花技を使えば敵を縛り、エマの強力な闘気を敵に叩き込むことができます。
This has like a
開花
Sega
技の選
vibe.
択中は時間がスローになり、考える時間が生まれます。ターンベース
The
の
design of
RPG
it.
コマンドのように考えることになります。スキルを磨くほどにエマとクーの連携は研ぎ澄まされていきます。互いに補い合う関係で2人は常につながっているんです。エマとクーにはそれぞれスキルツリーがあり、エマが行動すればクーに影響を与え、クーが行動すればエマに影響が与えられるようにしました。またエマとクーの親密度が上昇するにつれて装備できるスキルも多くなります。さまざまなスキルを組み合わせることで独自のプレイスタイルを作っていくことができるんです。さらにエマとクーを結びつける霊秘石や、エマが受け流しを行った際に発動する刀の効果を重ねていくことなどで、より奥深い戦闘ができるようになっています。遠距離だけで戦う人もいれば、ステルスだけで戦う人もいますし、
I love how there's different play
すでに
styles.
エマで戦闘を仕掛ける人もいれば、クーを先行させて戦わせる人もいます。エマとクーでどのような装備でどの
You
よう
don't
な
have
霊
any
秘石と組
constraints
み
on
合わ
how
せて
you
戦
play
う
the
のか、
game.
プレイヤーの皆さん次第です。皆さんがどんな意外な組み合わせを生み出すのか、今からとても楽しみです。
Beautiful though.
遥か昔に汚れに追い尽くされた美しくも過酷な新たな世界。企画構想から6年間、私たちはこの世界に数えきれない秘密や奥深い魅力を散りばめることに全力を注いできました。
Like a full-on 3D game. They've been working on like
すべてのプレイヤーの皆さん
Pokemon
に
for
ビ
years.
ースト・オブ・リンカネーションの世界を体験していただける日が待ちきれません。本作は今年の夏 Xbox、PC、そしてプレイステーションでリリースされます。さらにビースト・オブ・リンカネーションは発売初日から Xbox ゲームパスでプレイ可能です。ぜひウィッシュリストにご登録ください。ゲームフリークが挑む渾身の新作、どうぞご期待ください。
So dope. Looks amazing. This come out this summer too? Oh, they not playing. Yeah, that's a must. Yeah, like, it's amazing.
Oh, hello. I'm Tim Schafer, founder and studio head of Double Fine Productions. And this is Elizabeth Larkin,
Send it our own
senior
game
tools
freak.
programmer and junior in-house ceramicist. At Double Fine, we try to take a little time every so often and create quick game
I don't know why
prototypes.
Nintendo
Anyone in
never
the
went
company
to go
can
and
pitch a
try to
game
buy
idea,
Game Freak.
and we have a vote on which ones we want to try to make. We forget the projects we're currently working on, basically get amnesia, and we do this for 2 weeks. That's a fortnight. And we build a few of these experimental game prototypes. We call this process Amnesia Fortnight. We've had all sorts of great ideas come out of this process. It's just like this clay. With a little bit of pressure and creativity, something interesting is created that wasn't there before. Our next game came out of Amnesia
I used to
Fortnight.
love making pots and
It's
stuff.
all about encouraging you to create with others, and then use what you create to destroy each other. Don't worry, it's easy to make a new pot if you're playing Kiln, our online multiplayer pottery party brawler.
What? Who was like, you know what? Somebody was like making that was like,
We
you know,
love to
let's make
explore
a
new and original ideas
game
here at
about
Double Fine.
that.
Alongside last year's Weird But Chill game Keeper, featuring surreal and dreamlike exploration, Kiln is the other side of that coin, bringing high energy, expressive multiplayer action.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was
You'll get a
weird.
chance today to see how we're continuing to foster our spirit of creativity with this next game. Derek Brand spearheaded this pitch.
I was like, you
and
know
he's here
what?
today
I'm
to
making
talk about this
pottery.
fully realized Double Fine experience he's leading with
Make
his
a
team.
multiplayer game
It's
out
a
of
multiplayer
pottery.
party brawler, and it's just as much about the act of
I'm
trading with your friends
interested in playing it actually.
as it is fast-paced competitive destruction. We built this
Hey,
game
Ma.
to respond to your creative design choices,
If I say hey to my
as well
mommy
as
is
your
in the
relentless
chat.
cruelty to anthropomorphized clay pots. I've spent my career as a concept artist, focused on coming up with unique characters and environments at Double Fine. But I also play a lot of action titles, which got me wondering, what would a game look like that included not just the cathartic element of destruction and action, but the equally cathartic act of creation I was familiar with as an artist? I stumbled on the answer one day. What better solution than a pottery wheel? We wanted to give players the ability to create characters out of any shape and to make sure that what you make has a charming, animated personality. You start off as a little helpless, naked spirit. You're not capable of much in this state. Thankfully, you are capable of manipulating clay, and a pottery wheel is the perfect place for the creation of a new body. And when it comes time for destruction, those shapes needed to translate into capable fighters. Pots that can compete in challenges in a way that only pots can. Our game mode, Quench, brings all of that together in a 4v4 combat party atmosphere. You and your friends need to balance your pot's shape and abilities with its
We need to
capacity
make a
for carrying
game.
water into enemy territory. Here, you'll navigate through the environment with your team's unique creations. Avoid or destroy incoming enemy warriors. And of course, fill your pot up with water.
Coming out with a game development
Ultimately
company.
douse the enemy's kiln and win the game.
Got him once. Now keep
Or
at it.
somebody to destroy it. Thanks, Mom.
With Kiln, we wanted to give players what we know they've always wanted from Double Fine. A best-in-class pottery sim, of course. With this strange concept came lots of design challenges, though,
Okay, Double
because it's a
Fine.
game about pots that have to transform into bespoke ceramic warriors. We had to figure out how to make an
I always
art
see her
tool, a
on the
character builder,
other
and a loadout
showcases.
system all together, while keeping the whole experience approachable for anyone, not just pottery masters. After many iterations balancing simulation with arcade-like simplicity, we landed on a design that lets you feel like
I
a
always
master
see her
potter who can
what's the
easily
name of the
make any
showcase?
pottery
She's
shape you
always
can
one of the
dream
hosts
even if you've never
on
seen a
the
potter's wheel.
one of the indie dev showcases. I
It's
forgot what it's
weirdly
called.
satisfying.
Back to the system.
We've carefully married the clay technology with the behavior of the sculpting tools and controls to make sure anyone can pick it up in seconds. Refine it with sponges, shapers, and straight edge tools to get specific and make it yours. As you sculpt, you'll notice the game recognizing the different shapes you've made. It'll automatically detect when you're shaping things like cups, vases, bowls, and many more.
So that means we had to ask ourselves, if I was a vase, and this vase that I just made was now my body, what can I, as a vase, do?
Every pot and kiln needs to have a core set of moves fit for a warrior. To run, jump, attack, and roll. They also must have moves fit for a pot to fill up with water and then splash that water out. Each shape has its own unique way of performing these moves. And because your shape matters, the animation team has taken on the challenge of bringing those different pot shapes to life in surprising ways. In addition to these core moves, each shape also has its own special attack, which we push to be the most fun and over-the-top moments in the game. Cups popping popcorn, bottles turning into swords, jugs blaring like megaphones, plates flinging pies. Everyone's shape is doing something different and exciting.
As you fight over the water on the battlefield and try to extinguish your opponent's kiln, you'll have to pay attention to each map's unique nuances. Our mantra of shape matters carries over into our maps. We specifically designed our maps to integrate with how you choose to play and what pot you choose to play as. So you'll see things like secret tunnels that only fit certain size pots and pathways that are only traversable with certain shapes.
Showcase in this one.
You'll fight on fractured, floating pieces of ancient history, like an ancient Greek nightclub fit for Dionysus. It's even got a dance floor. Navigate Athena's giant strategic war map, inflating sponge warriors with water to rearrange the battlefield to your advantage. Fight in the Egyptian god Set's dingy punk venue, complete with a mosh pit where only one pot can emerge unbroken.
Leverage your unique creations. Everything from your size, your capacity to carry water, your speed to cross the battlefield, and other choices you can make will define how you want to approach your playstyle. Do you want a team full of large cups, maximizing your dousing potential?
Go back down, baby!
Or a team of tiny ninja saucers ready to quickly smash up anything that gets in their way? Or a unique combination you've discovered that balances power and splashability? If you're skilled enough to end up at the enemy kiln with lots of water, you can unleash a powerful super splash ability that does tons of damage and makes the kiln vulnerable to further attacks, letting you and your team dunk on the enemy kiln to either win big or turn the tide and make a comeback.
And that is how it's done.
At the end of a round, the cycle of creation and destruction loops around again, and now you're back in the wedge, a multiplayer lobby where you can hang at the wheel and make something cool with your friends. You've just earned XP points and chips from battle. Now you can load up on art supplies and expand your pot-making options.
I think of the game being so much about the fighting, but when people play it, they just want to create all day long.
Yeah, Keith.
Our decoration system was designed to support your creativity. As we did with the design of the sculpting process, we looked to the pottery studio for inspiration. We found ways to translate the experience of adding spouts, lids, and handles, as well as glazing to kiln. Every design choice we made ultimately serves the goal of enabling a near infinite range of possibilities. We can't wait to see what your favorite designs are.
It's all about my pizza party themed small jug. It becomes a drill that can dive under enemies, and it pops up with a special delivery of destruction.
I love a medium jug, a simple handle, a 2-layer watermelon glaze, and I'm ready to bring the good vibes into the chaos.
My favorite is the large vase. It has a UFO-like animation, and it's great for team defense and protecting your Bix.
Hands down, the best pot shape is a small bowl. It's perfect for sneaking past enemies. Plus, its ice cream theme special is so cute.
One of my favorite warrior pots has to be the medium base. It's decently fast for invading enemy players and matches. The decorations really make it shine. A curved elbow spout, cupid's handle, some spiked charms with a rainbow glaze, and one butt sticker. You can't go wrong with butt stickers.
He just
My
had
favorite
to.
pot uses the absolute most material possible to make the biggest pots possible.
He made it like it was regular to have a butt sticker. Like, you just had to take it to a whole different.
Or a seasoned gamer, you'll be fulfilling your pottery power fantasies when Kiln launches in spring 2026 on Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. This is just the beginning of the pottery party as we bring regular updates throughout the year with expanded decorations, new activities and game modes, and much more. Creating is more fun together, and we love your help sculpting this experience. Be on the lookout to throw down with fellow Double Fine fans and join the Double Fine Action Insiders for an even earlier look and a chance to play in our closed beta very soon.
You want me to say it 5 times? That's mean. Am I supposed to? Okay. This game is called Kiln, an online multiplayer party brawler, online multiplayer party brawler. I'll never do it twice. Okay, I can do it again. Online multiplayer pottery poly brawler. It's getting better. Online multiplayer pottery party brawler.
Online pottery brawler. Yeah, that's a tongue twister. We here.
Hi, welcome to Playground Games, where I'm thrilled to share our very first deep dive into a game we've been making here for a really, really long time.
Really long time.
Fable.
Really long time. Been
Playground
too
Games
long.
is renowned for fun, immersive, and visually stunning open world
Finally.
experiences. Since 2010, we've been developing the Forza Horizon series right here in Royal Leamington Spa, a charming little town in the middle of England. As Horizon has grown, so have we. Over the past few years, we've built a new team to carry that reputation into a new genre that we are incredibly passionate about. Fable is Playground's first
It was too long.
open-world
Like, we get it. It's a
action RPG.
kill.
And we couldn't
It's
be
a
more proud to be
multiplayer
carrying on the
game
work
with
of
pots.
the legendary
It was too
Lionhead
long.
Studios,
Like,
the original creators of the franchise. And although our game is a new beginning, I think what we're making is really faithful to the spirit of the classic Lionhead trilogy that we all love. At the heart of our game is a simple, recurring question. What does it mean to you to be a hero? Our game is about choices and their consequences. It's packed with action,
Versus.
drama, British humour, moral dilemmas, and quite a few chickens. All of this combines in a fairy tale which could only be Fable.
it is.
In classic Fable fashion, you begin the game as a child, growing up in the sleepy rural village of Briar Hill. It's here that in a moment of extreme danger, your heroic powers first emerge, and we discover that you are Albion's first hero in a generation. But not long afterwards, disaster strikes, and the people of your village, including your beloved grandma, are turned to stone by a mysterious stranger. Suddenly alone in the world, you'll set off on an adventure which will change Albion forever.
Venturing out into the world is a huge moment because this is Albion like you've never seen it before. Idyllic rolling hills, magical forests, bustling villages, sleepy hamlets, oversized vegetable patches, and stunning vistas. And because our Albion is truly open world, for the first time, you'll be able to explore this rich and detailed world seamlessly, with the freedom to go where you want from early in the game.
We can't wait to welcome you back to Albion's iconic capital city, Bowerstone. Home to Fairfax Castle, the Old Clock Tower, and the legendary Heroes Guild.
It's a huge city, full of contrasts. Rich and poor, nobles and commoners, royalty, and criminals.
And State of
You'll
Decay
spend
is on a
plenty of
milk
time
box
there during the
carton.
game as you discover the secrets of the Heroes Guild and its reclusive guildmaster, Humphrey the
They're not
Golden.
showing that today. They laid out what they was
In
gonna
the
show.
north of Albion, you'll find mountains, craggy coastlines, spooky marshes, and the bleak, windswept city of Bloodstone.
There's some of them show something
Here,
on
you'll meet
State,
the leaders of two
State
rival
of Decay.
gangs vying for power and uncover the secrets of the sinister but extremely well-organized
Fable's always been
cult
open
of
world.
shadows.
If they would have made it
Our
linear,
Albion
people would
is
have flipped.
beautiful, handcrafted, and richly detailed.
Fable's always been open world.
In Albion,
some ways,
heroes are
sort.
special, different. They're
Or
stronger
more
than
like
regular people.
sandboxes.
They're more
I
skillful,
don't mind
more
open world.
charismatic. More importantly, they're those rare humans who can harness and use magic in the world around them. They have the power to do what they want.
And so do you. In our game, we want you to play as the hero you want to be. And that starts with being able to choose how your hero character looks.
Thank
So,
you.
In Fable, you'll be able to pick from a range of different character heads and customize your clothing, hair, skin tone, tattoos, and scars. So the hero you play represents you.
But as well as your appearance, you can be the hero you want to be through the way you play, through the skills and abilities you learn, and through the weapons you use.
Just like the classic trilogy, heroes in our game fight with a combination of strength, skill, and will. Seamlessly blending melee and ranged weapons with magical abilities gives us style-weaving combat. Allowing you to show off your personal playstyle against single opponents and large groups of enemies alike. Melee is at the heart of our close quarters combat. You'll use light and heavy combos, often knocking enemies off balance and executing stylish finishers. Swap to your ranged weapon to bypass enemy guard and deal with troublesome flying enemies. And of course, you'll be able to unleash your powerful spells to both manipulate and devastate your opponents.
We're excited to be bringing back some fan-favorite adversaries for you to fight. Hobbs are back, as are Balverines, Hollowfolk, and Trolls.
And we're adding brand new enemies too, like this fearsome cockatrice, a giant fire-breathing chicken. Each enemy family is different, with their own weaknesses to
Yeah,
exploit
it was more like
and defenses to
Sandbox.
overcome. But with all the unique tools in your combat toolbox, how you defeat your enemies is up to you.
But there's more to being a hero in Albion than fighting, so much more. When we talk to people about their favorite memories of the original games, so many of their stories were about the stuff you can do when you weren't just being a hero. The normal, everyday stuff which happened when you interacted with the people of Albion.
For me, what I remember most vividly are the inhabitants of Albion and the things you can do with them or to them.
The crazy thing about the classic Fable games was that in the middle of a sprawling RPG was almost a complete other game where you could just mess around with the villages and townsfolk.
And we've built that same experience in the middle of our game too. Buying a house, getting a job, making some money.
Romancing a villager, getting married, having kids.
Fancy a date?
Perfect. You can get to know me better. Buying another house. Buying every house in Albion. Buying every business in Albion. Getting rich.
Marrying a bunch more people, having a bunch more kids, probably getting divorced along the way for good measure.
And this game within a game is unique to Fable. It's systemic, interconnected, and you see the ripple effects of the things you do everywhere you go.
And all of this revolves around the people who live in Albion, who we call the living population. There are more than 1,000 of them, and every single one is unique. Each of them has a name, a role, a daily routine, and their own personality. You could follow any one of them for a day and just watch them live their life.
They'll get up, go to work, spend some leisure time on hobbies, then go home to bed.
But what's even cooler is that you can talk to every single one of them in fully voiced conversations and interact with them in loads of different ways. Maybe the job they go to is working for you because you hired them to work in one of your businesses.
Hey you, working hard? How can I help you, boss?
Maybe the bed they sleep in is in a house you own because you're the landlord.
Or maybe their bed is on the street because you evicted them.
All right.
Oh, it's you. You're awful.
And all of the stuff you do affects what they think of you.
You're a legend.
Because everything you do builds your reputation.
Very impressive. Now that's an hero right there.
Morality has always been super important to Fable. That tension between good and evil underpinned all of the original games. And morality is central to our game too. But we have a slightly different take on it.
For us, morality isn't black and white. There are lots of grey areas. And importantly, morality is subjective. No two people see things exactly the same way. And that's how it works in our game too.
Everything you do earns you a reputation. And every person in Albion will have a different reaction to you as a result.
Hello there.
That's what I said. What I
Yeah,
said.
we get it. You're rich.
They'll remember things you did directly to them, they'll love you or hate you for the choices you make, and they will always tell you why. Although, usually from a safe distance.
Our game will never judge you, but the people of Albion will, loudly.
You pacer.
Your reputation is created by the choices you make, and you are going to make a lot of them. Big choices, little choices, moral choices, and some choices that will actually change the landscape of Albion for the rest of your game. We call this idea, Your Choices Change the World.
I can't
Let's give you
wait.
an example.
Early in the game, you'll meet a character named Dave, an egotistical gardener in a rural village who discovers a magical grow formula. He accidentally turns himself into a giant and becomes a big problem. It'll be your job to deal with him, and ultimately it will be your choice whether to kill him or to spare him. If you kill him, his giant corpse will lie on the farmland just outside of town for the rest of the game.
And that is going to affect house prices. It will also affect what a lot of the villagers think about you.
Especially Dave's sister.
In Fable, the choices you make will define you. What does being a hero mean to you?
At Playground Games, we've built a pedigree for beautiful, immersive, open-world experiences. Yes, they've typically involved sports cars, but this is a passion project for all of us here. Every member of this team, which we've built from scratch, has two key things in common: a deep love for the franchise and a burning desire to bring it back. We're making this for Fable fans just like us, but also to introduce Fable to gamers who've never played the series before. It's been great to finally tell you a little about the game we're making. There'll be much more to share as we get closer to our launch. I'm excited to tell you today that Fable is coming to Xbox, PC, and PlayStation in autumn 2026. From all of
Autumn.
us here, thanks for watching.
That'll be a great game to play during fall for sure. Congrats.
This is a multiplayer party brawler and is just as much about the act of trading with your friends as it is fast-paced competitive destruction.
Japan's car culture is one of the reasons we've been so excited for this location. Forza Horizon 6 will feature more than 550 cars at launch.
さまざまなスキルを組み合わせることで独自のプレイスタイルを作っていくことができるんです。
You can be the hero you want to be through the way you play, through the skills and abilities
Microsoft.
you learn,
Microsoft
and
always
through the
wanted to do
weapons
that.
you use.
Play anywhere. got Fable comes out autumn 2026. Comes out this fall. I love saying autumn. We don't get to hear autumn that much. And then we have Beast of Reincarnation and Forza 6 coming out. Coming out summer. As far as so Forza Horizon, just to give my thoughts on that. Forza Horizon looks amazing. I love that franchise. I love how Forza is basically a racing car, like simulator, hybrid, arcade, but also like it's a racing car RPG game. And the way they make you immersed in the game, they did a great job having a lore that makes you want to keep playing it. Where it's not just like so-called senseless driving, but you feel like you're a part of everything that's going on in the game. With the different missions you have to do. So to have it in Japan is going to be really interesting because it's actually a huge car culture there. So I'm excited for this one because I know it's just going to be more in depth. And like I said, it'll be really cool if they do like a couple of collabs with like Initial D, and I forgot I think it's called something Ghost, the spinoff of Initial D. Like to have a collab with that. We did see Gundam, like a Gundam foot in the background, so that'll be cool if they're doing something with Bandai Namco with Gundam. That'll be pretty awesome. That'll be really dope. So yeah, I'm really excited for that. I love Forza franchise. I actually need to finish the fifth one. There's so much to do, and all the cars you're able to get. I think they said it's like over 500 cars, if I'm not mistaken, at launch. So that of course there'll be more. So yeah, I will be playing that first on PC, and then later on it'll come to PlayStation. So I look forward to seeing how it's gonna be, like how it'll perform on the Pro, because that's one thing that for some reason the games that will come out for Xbox, when it comes out for Xbox, it's as if like it's not getting the full, like, I guess, purity of the game, or how it should be delivered for some reason. Like I forgot what Forza it was. I think it was a regular Forza, but there wasn't like ray tracing. Only ray tracing, if I'm not mistaken, was if you went into the gallery mode, but it wasn't in the actual game. So I don't know what constraints was holding it back from that fidelity. But like I said, I didn't know about it. I mean, I didn't experience it because I played Forza mostly on PC. So I'm excited for that. As far as Microsoft, I know Afro, you said like you missed the whole exclusive stuff. I agree, but when they know for a long time the things that they messed up on or things that just didn't go well from the decisions that they made, they had no choice. Like there was no choice. And a lot of these companies, period, are going to be multi-plat. I will not be surprised. Like, of course, we see Helldivers. Helldivers is on Xbox. You get to see Killzone characters on Xbox. You get to see Halo, of course, is on PlayStation. And don't think Nintendo is not going to have something. We've seen that with an exclusive with Monster Hunter. I think one of the Monster Hunter games that was exclusive for Nintendo for so many years ended up on PlayStation. So it's not going to be a surprise to see. Like I wouldn't be surprised if I see Sony's Spider-Man end up on Xbox. I would not be surprised. That might be a next game they might dabble into. I won't be surprised about that. Now seeing Kratos on Xbox and it's like, up, that's it. Like, that's it. You see Mario on PlayStation, you're like, oh, that's a wrap. But yeah, I understand. Fable, definitely can't wait to play Fable. The one I was really interested in from what I seen from a previous showcase from last summer was Beast of Reincarnation by Game Freak, the studio that gave us Pokemon for so many years. So to see them make a full action, high fidelity 3D RPG game looks, I was like, wow. I love when studios do that. They're known for one thing, but then they venture off and do something totally different and grand that we never seen their talents do ever before. So it looks really interesting. It looks very in depth. I like how in the game, how your character, I forgot the main character's name, but I do know the dog's name or the wolf's name, Cool. How with your skill tree, depending on what you do, affects what Ku does or whatever you pick, and then vice versa. So maybe the passives one have, then that character acts off of that versus the other one. So I think that's really interesting. I can't wait to see more of the boss battles, but I've seen enough. I just can't wait to play it. They gave a lot of gameplay, but to me, when Kill kind of, it was too long of a showcase. Like they really dragged it with Kill. And I like Double Fine games. I like the quirky little different games that they come out with. But this one was a little, we got it. Like the first 5 minutes, we got it. They dragged it. And it kind of made it dip a bit as far as the showcase. So yeah, I know they had to show something that was something we didn't expect. We already expect what was coming from Playground and such, and then Game Freak. I don't remember if something was announced for Double Fine, but it was dragged out. It was dragged out for real. And then Fable. Fable, they've been working on that game, I think they said since 2010. Like, they've been working on the game for a long time. We've been anticipating the game for a very long time. There's been ups and downs, change of studios, you name it. But I'm happy that it's almost here and it's coming out this year. I love that we got release dates for the most part. There's not a set concrete release date yet for Beast of Reincarnation, but they are aiming towards the summer. So probably around like June or July-ish. And yeah, with Fable, they have a lot of the classic things that you normally get in Fable and even more. So I'm looking forward to what the story is going to be and what kind of character I'll get. I do like that you're able to customize your character, but they did say something that was limiting. They said like off of the heads that you choose, and then you choose the skin tone for it. And then I'm very curious, of course, always on how the hair textures are going to be. Or even how the character face, like different phenotypes of how it's going to look to make the character you actually, I wish it was more in depth where you could kind of have sliders and make the character look like however you want them to look. So I wish they had that. Because then you could customize it and make whatever character you want. But yeah. What was another thing? But that's about it. What, it's like 40 something minutes for it. But yeah, let me see what y'all was talking about. See what y'all chatting about. Dark said they should just go full Sega at this point. All their system sellers are on PlayStation. I mean, they're a publisher now, so they did. They are a publisher. Now of course they still gonna have. I think we're assuming that this will be the next Xbox that come out will be their last. but they do want to have a streaming type box. I don't even think that's necessary, but I kind of get why, just in case, because right now you can use the Samsung TV, they have it, and you just get the Xbox controller. They have something kind of similar. I guess they want something similar to like what Amazon has with Luna. And for just like with the Chromecast, remember what Google their gaming thing was supposed to be about? You were supposed to have it through like the Chromecast or whatever, just so everybody could be able to have like an Xbox of some sort without like I guess a high price tag. It'll just be through, it's a Game Pass device. So, but I'm pretty sure they'll probably make like a traditional and then that. But yeah, they pretty much are there. Edwin said, "There goes your January PlayStation showcase." Well, these games are coming out. I mean, yeah, because all of these that you're right. You're absolutely right, Edwin. These games are coming to PlayStation as well. MF Ghost, thank you. MF Ghost is the game. You got to rewatch it. Yeah, Banjo Kazooie. But Banjo Kazooie was already like Rare was already like had a relationship with Nintendo. Remember that was Nintendo 64 before Microsoft bought it. What's up, Finn? How's it going? This is what it is. Competition among, so Dark says competition among the big three is good for consumer long term. All this game sharing will ultimately lead to less games and less effort from each. Yep. Um, I totally agree. But over years of not listening and not hiring who they should hire, this is what happens. And you got to change your business model. And until there's probably the next slew of maybe consoles or companies that might have their own platforms and things of that nature. Yeah, this happens. Absolutely right. You say you need your locks. You know they're going to have locks. They always got locks. Edwin said, one thing I noticed in Beasts of Reincarnation, the foliage doesn't move when interacting with it. Maybe, hopefully, it'll change that. This is not like Halo. They had years of games like that. And there's no excuse. You got 1,000+ people on your team and the trees don't move. But if the trees don't move in this game, it's not, I won't be too critical on them because I mean, they've been making Pokemon for how many years? They've been making Pokemon. And this is one of their most ambitious games that we've ever seen from them. So, won't be too hard on them on that one. Dark what? What about Brian? But yeah, y'all. Um, that's what I think about it. I appreciate y'all for sharing your comments. Me as far as the showcase, it was 3 out of 4 for me. It's like, um, I'm happy they showed gameplay more in depth on the games I wanted to see, which was Fable and Beasts of Reincarnation. Of course, the new Forza, the gameplay on that. That game looks beautiful. Like showing the different areas and regions of Japan instead of it just being like the mainland for the most part. If they're gonna go off the mainland, would be pretty cool. It looks like it. Um, on the countryside instead of it just being city, city, city. So it looks amazing, and I can't wait to try it on the Pro. as well. That upsets some people, but you know, it is what it is. No, that's not Brian. That Fable was tragic. You talking about the way this one looks or the previous one? I'm excited for this new Fable. I don't see what's bad about it so far until I get to play it. It's finally here. Finally, it's one of those games that a lot of people's been waiting for a long time. It reminds me like Cyberpunk. Long time. You say you'll say. Yeah, this look like that. This looked like a PS3 game. Witcher 3 looks better. It looked good to me. I mean, those are two different studios. That's just like saying that one of these games is supposed to look like God of War. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's two different talents. It said when PlayStation gave away Helldivers 2 to Xbox is when the war died. No, the war died when Xbox said we are going everywhere. As far as Helldivers, that's not a first party studio. That's not first party. The war ended when Gears ended up on PlayStation's doorstep. That's when the war ended. The war ended actually a long time ago, but nobody wanted to accept that. Xbox said it plenty of times. Plenty of times. They said it out their mouth that when did they get bought by them? Sony owns them? Yeah, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Sony does not own Arrowhead Game Studios. It's actually owned by Tencent. They own the Helldivers IP, but they don't own the studio though. It's not a first party studio. They own the IP of that game, but they don't own the studio. DC Universe is owned by Sony has that IP, and that was on Xbox before Helldivers. Like, I'm not like that was on PC. Like that was on PC for the longest for Microsoft people. I don't know when it went to Xbox. I'm not sure when it went to Xbox, but that was the first. Before it was SIE. That was like the first title of SIE, and that was on PC. that wasn't strictly on PlayStation. So I'm not surprised Helldivers going over there. Like I said, when like Arrowhead is owned by Tencent. Now Sony owns the IP. That's why I just said they own the IP of Helldivers. But that's not like groundbreaking. That's not, to me, it's Helldivers. It's not like, it's not God, it's not Kratos. It's not Kratos. It's not Nathan Drake. It's not Astrobot. Like when I start seeing those titles go over there, then that's when we can say, okay, it's a wrap. But until then, that's just like Pokemon ended up, it's like, okay, They may own the IP, but they don't own a Game Freak studio. That's why when seeing a Game Freak studio here on Xbox, and them not saying that this game is also coming to the Switch too, it's not surprising because they don't own that studio. It's just like when people got upset that Crash Bandicoot ended up where it ended up. They never sought to own Crash Bandicoot, which they should have. Yeah, MLB Show was also on Xbox, and that wasn't by their decision. That was by the MLB license that they had to do that. They was forced to do that. But they are gonna make money. They're gonna make a lot of money off of that. Until I see Kratos end up on here, and like I said, I will not be surprised to see Spider-Man end up on the Xbox platform because it's not theirs. Like, it's not theirs. Like, yes, they develop it, but as far as the license they got to own to make the video games, but it will make sense, to be honest, if I would see a Spider-Man end up on Xbox. Like, that will be the next game after a Helldivers. And then you got the Horizon Lego Adventure game is on Xbox and Nintendo. So people can experience that franchise that was exclusive on PlayStation. Yeah, Sony owns Spider-Man. You said Sony owns Spider-Man? No, Sony owns the license. They don't own a whole Spider-Man license. Marvel, Disney gonna be like, what? Like, they don't own a whole thing of them. Remember, Marvel got money back. Marvel got Disney's like, yeah, Marvel has the right to say no. But I would see, well, Disney has the right, it ain't even Marvel. Disney will say, hey, yeah, we don't want that. Or yes, that makes sense. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if that's the next title that would end up on Xbox. It becomes a problem, in my opinion, when we start seeing Nathan Drake, Astrobot, Kratos. When we see Kratos on Xbox, that's a problem. The only time we got to see Kratos on Xbox is through Fortnite because you could get the Kratos skin. So Red Day Art was first party. I'm talking about the title of the game. They were talking about exclusive. Yeah, it was talking about when I forgot who said it, but someone said when Helldivers ended up on Xbox, that's when they know when the console war ended. I was like, no, the console war been ended years ago. It's like years ago. When Xbox said we are doing actually Xbox wanted to do this a long time ago. During the 360 days, they wanted to do this. This was coming. That's why when they made the decision, I was not surprised. And I said what I said a long time ago on Twitter. And people got mad at me on what I said. And it aged very well for what I said. Like, it's not surprising. If you look at the playbook of Microsoft, that's going to follow suit with the rest of their divisions. It's not, it is what it's, that's their business that they want to do. And everybody could cry about it. But that's what they want to do, and that's what they're going to do, and it works, it works. You still get to play your games, right? Now, somebody will say, well, what if that happens to Sony? I will not be surprised. I will not be surprised. The only problem I have is what Dark mentioned is when there's no competition and everybody's all friendly and no one's competing to be the best and no one's competing to have that game of the year and no one's competing to have that best showcase at E3 because there's no E3. Like that's what we see what's lacking right now. And how everyone can just, of course, put a showcase up on the internet and we see it, we digest it, and boom. Yeah, I'm gonna go through all my tweets and be like, aged well, aged well, aged well. But yeah, like that's the problem that I do agree with. Of course, what Dark said is like there's not going to be any type of competition, and things start to go down. And I seen that first of all when it came to Game Pass, and I forgot certain games came out. And I'm like, this is not really high caliber like that. But it's like you're trying to sell it to me like, hey, but you don't have to pay no additional money for this game. And I'm like, I get that. One of the examples before Game Pass with the games was Drive Club. Drive Club had a PlayStation Plus version, and Drive Club had the release version. And the PlayStation Plus version did not look nor perform like the retail version. And that hurt them really bad because everybody who had access, millions of people had access to that PlayStation Plus version. And it looked horrible. It performed horrible. But then you had the retail version look like, yo, what is this? But that narrative got changed because y'all came out with a PlayStation Plus version that did not deserve to be released, period. No. Edwin says, I think with the Spider-Man situation is similar to Thor or Pinocchio. Marvel doesn't own Thor, and Disney doesn't own Pinocchio. But the characters that are you thinking about the Hulk? Or you when does Marvel when didn't Marvel let me phrase this correctly. When did that occur that Marvel doesn't own Thor? Because I know Marvel has a situation with Hulk. That's why we haven't had. That's why he's put in certain movies and stuff like that. Because what is it? Paramount still has ownership of him. I don't know the situation with who owns Thor. Because I know when Disney came into the bought Marvel, they started to make certain deals with the remaining people who own certain licenses. Same way on how they got Namor to have him in the Black Panther movie and to have him in the universe. Because that was like some of the characters that still was owned by little subsidiaries or whatever when Marvel was going bankrupt in the 90s, and they just had to sell sell different franchises to whoever wanted to buy them and stuff to keep afloat. But I never heard of Thor. I'm not saying that's not true. I'm just saying I never heard about the Thor situation. I know about the Hulk and Namor and some other characters too. That's not really that popular like that. But I never heard about the Thor situation. I never heard about that. So I would love to look into that. Is it because like he's because he's like this mythological character, like a Norse character or something like that? That they only could own like on what they interpret Thor as? That's why they made him look like X, Y, and Z and put all the different stuff to have their own interpretation and what they own as Thor. Because they sure making money off of it. Like, so, I don't know, with Celtic. Because it's damn sure they, because I'm not even going to go into that. But who's still holding on to the exclusive narrative? Just let it go. It's 2026. Thor, Dracula are over 100 years old, so they are free to license. Like Sony don't own Zeus because it's Greek mythology. The Spider-Man with the white logo is Insomniac's rendition of the character. Yep. Yep. Say who's old enough. I mean, it's always going to be a thing about exclusives. People still want to have, and I agree with it. Like, I like when things are exclusive. And that is not everywhere and this aware. Like, we can't act like exclusivity doesn't matter and everything goes. Like, Pepsi and Coca-Cola is not doing a collab. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not doing that. And like, and if that happens, it's like, here we go. like, like, it's not happening. Like, there's a reason for the Coca-Cola formula. There's a reason for the Pepsi formula. There's a reason why you like to do that. And there's a reason why that person likes to do that. There's a reason why somebody probably wants to buy Nikes over Adidas. Not, we have a Nike Adidas shoe coming out. Like, that's having a utopia. Like, that's so boring. It's that utopia stuff. Like, no. We're all as one. There's no individuality at all. Everyone's everything and no, it's not. Everyone's not everything. There's a uniqueness to everybody. There's a uniqueness to these group of people, this group of people. There's uniqueness. When people want to kind of have that narrative, it's like, come on, stop. So I love competition. I love that there's it makes the best out of everything. When stuff gets a little bit too, you said, I mean, that's your own anecdotal thing. That's not true. That's what society wants to perpetuate. Then that's what you believe. Stick by it. And then people just live like that. But it's still good to have things exclusive to something. That's why even when they were saying, like with Forza Horizon 6, they say, hey, y'all gonna have it first and then later PlayStation to have it. I still like that. Because, I mean, even for the Xbox fans, for them to have something, like, we just getting everything on day one to everybody. It's crazy. But yeah, like, I like that. Okay, I have to go buy a Switch to buy that game. There's nothing wrong with that. Or I have to get this to get that. There's nothing wrong with that. So I love the sense of competition and competing against one another to be the best. This is why certain games are going down, because if there's no competition to keep them on their toes or to, you know, make the best out of them, then it'd be like, oh, they just gonna accept this every year. Look at 2K. Like, look at the sports games right now. I'm the same way exclusives are the whole reason to buy a console, especially now with everything trying to offer the same features. It's the only real differentiator between each platform. That, and we see certain talents and how they work better with whatever platform they're on because they've been working with that platform for a long time. Like, that's a major thing as well too. It's the same thing, for example, like you have You have Apple phones, right? You have iPhones, and then you have Android phones. But the thing about Android phones is there's so many flagships. So when an update comes out, it messes up a lot of stuff because it's not like, oh, this update was specifically for Samsung or this one was specifically for this phone or this, like, but with iPhone, you have the update and that's it. Of course, there's different models that came out, but they don't have to worry about this flagship, and that flagship. All they can worry about is their ecosystem and what they have, opposed to with Google. Now y'all got y'all own phones. Now y'all have to, but y'all competing with Samsung, but y'all also partner with them. And then you have the OnePlus phones, and then you have this other Chinese phone and this one and that. Like, it becomes a problem. So it's the same thing like with development. That was the so-called excuse with PS3. It was easier to just do what Xbox had because of the nature of making the game on Windows and then porting it out, compared to you got to learn the cell system with this one. And even though this is a more powerful platform, they didn't care about that. They just wanted their game to just be, go out. And then as soon as, but these games is winning Game of the Year awards, we might have to learn about this system right here because it's more powerful and you could do X, Y, and Z and look at how much stuff they have on the screen at one time. It changes stuff. That's competition. So I still appreciate it and want it. Oh, they was complaining. I was like, y'all being so lazy. Like, y'all being so, those sports ports was horrible. When they ported over some of those sports games to PlayStation, it was horrible. But they try to make this narrative, propaganda narrative that, the games look bad on PS3. It's no, y'all didn't develop it correctly. Y'all didn't want to learn the system. Y'all just did a port over and didn't optimize it at all. If y'all would have optimized it, it would have looked crazy. But yeah, I am not new to this. I've been around for a long time with this stuff. And even as a kid, like, growing up, it's like, I got the Sega Genesis and I got this versus y'all with the Nintendo, Super Nintendo. And it's like, but with Super Nintendo, we got this crazy catalog though. And, like, it's cool. I think it's dope. You said emotion? What do you mean by that? Crazy near the end of all. They started flocking. When Uncharted 2 won Game of the Year, it was a wrap. Now, what I would say right now with Xbox, like I said, their June showcase was the best showcase out of all the showcases, out of all of them. They showed so many games that was coming out from Microsoft Studios that looked amazing. Like, I was like, whoa, hold up. We never seen this caliber before. Like, we never seen this caliber of games. And I like that because with Sony, how many games is coming out per year? Like, how many games from Sony Studios is coming out? How many games we got coming out this year? Hopefully Wolverine. We know Phantom Blade Zero. What else? There's some other stuff. I'm just trying to think, but I like what Microsoft is doing as far as coming out with the like being more communicative. That's the word. And just letting us know the roadmap of what we get to play from their platform, wherever you want to play it. It's only be like, this is year 6. Y'all still on that? But yeah, I just want to play dope, great games, period, on all these different platforms. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Last Ronin. Towards the middle of that gen, it was all about who was lead platform for development. Xbox had inferior Yeah, Crimson Desert looks dope, but isn't that multiplayer? Xbox had inferior ports and no one talked that. Yeah. Inferior ports. They had an inferior format, media format. It was still CD compared to Blu-ray, where you could have more information on. I know a lot of development studios was complaining. I remember when what's the game that Capcom made, and they was upset that they had to have 3 different damn CDs for this one game. Same with like Lost Odyssey, you had like what 3-4 CDs. It was like, this ain't the PlayStation 1 days. And it held them back development wise because they had to put everything on a freaking CD disc instead of a Blu-ray. So, but yeah. I like 1 or 2. They fell in love with the 3rd, and yeah, I'm gonna be shocked. But if it's just coming to PC and PlayStation, I'm not surprised. I mean, PlayStation has a huge install base, and we see a lot of companies skip the Xbox and go to Switch too. It has the second huge install base right now. But yeah, I look forward to all these dope games, talking about them, playing them, streaming them, covering them. But yeah, as far as the showcase, I enjoyed it until the kill game came on. But it was cool. I like what I see. Can't wait to play those 3 titles. As far as kill, I'll try it, but I don't see I'm going to be playing that for long. I don't know. We'll see. You never know. I'll try. Y'all know I'll try. I'll give a game a chance. I'm actually playing that right now. There's a lot of games I haven't beat, but I'm actually playing that right now. But I'm gonna tell you about God of War Ragnarok. The reason why I did not beat it that year or that month is because I didn't like that it was still in the environment it was in. Like, that turned me off. And it felt like it felt like a glorified DLC. So I'm playing it and I'm like, it's dope, but it's like back in this wintry wonderland place. I know it changes, but it didn't grab me like that. Just keep it a bug. It just didn't. And I'm playing it now. It's not like I have a problem with it. It just felt like it wasn't a leap. And there was other titles that came out that caught my attention more. So that's why I did not beat God of War yet. As far as Ragnarok, it just felt it wasn't like a ooh to me. Like, that's just me. I've been playing Ark Knight and Phil, and it's pretty. Oh yeah, that came out already. Oh, it just launched today. Okay. But yeah, I'm playing. I'm giving Ragnarok a chance. It's not a bad game. It's not corny. It's not whack. It don't look horrible. It's just that it didn't give me that. Didn't say quoi. It just didn't. You know, wasn't there. It wasn't up there like that for me. That's just me. But I am playing it now though. Hey, everybody, I'm going to get off, and I appreciate y'all watching the showcase with me and chatting with me about it. I think later on I'm going to take a break. I got some stuff that I need to get to. And I do want to, it says free to play on PlayStation, PC, and mobile. I'm gonna check it out. I do want to finish my journey on Dragon Age Veilguard. I am enjoying that game a lot. So yeah, I'll be playing that. And once this goes up as a full video, definitely let me know on the YouTube and what y'all thought about the showcase. Was it all that? Was it whack? Tired of games going on all these multiple platforms? You're an angry Xbox fan? Let me know. Or you don't care, you just want to play dope games, you don't want exclusivity anymore. Whatever's on your mind, let me know. Also add anything to the conversation or correct anything to the conversation as well. And I will see y'all. Yeah, Kill was it made me like, okay. But yeah, also let me know some indie games y'all are interested in. I know all these AAA games, there's a lot of indie bangers that are creeping up and saving the day. So yeah, let me know about that too. But until then, I appreciate y'all and check you out later. You said Paul said next generation game console launch titles is going to be the thing that matters. But see, how if everything is not being exclusive? That's what's like, yo, Xbox had the better launch, like, or PlayStation had the better launch, or Nintendo showing out they had the better launch. So we'll see. At this point, we're like, okay. At this point, I'm not surprised at anything. I'm just not. It's like companies are getting very desperate. And it's more of a money pull. Of course, a business has to make money, but in the same breath, I should say, it needs to be strategic on the long run instead of the short term run. So we'll see. I just want to play dope games and I want them to work. When I hit play, I want it to work. Like back in the days. I don't need a patch with a patch with a patch with a patch and a patch. I just want it to work. And if it's not ready, then let it sit and cook. Okay, let it cook more. I don't mind games being delayed. Delay them. Delay them as much as you can. Why? Because we all have a backlog anyway of so many games we wish we wanted to play, could play, thought we had time to play. So it doesn't even matter. I just want a game to work. Pay $70 now for a game, or you pay for a service to play them. It doesn't matter. You're still spending your money. I don't care if you spend $1. I just want it to work. I don't want where I play the game and my whole save is gone, or it's bricking a console, or it's doing you can't get through the level because you've fallen through the whole level. I just want it to work. Like that's all I asked for. I just want it to work. Like that's it. Just want it to work. I want to see the art that y'all made and for it to work. That's all. Until next time, I appreciate y'all. And I will check y'all out later on this evening, I should say. All right. Peace, y'all. Y'all have a good one. Y'all stay safe. Y'all stay warm. Of course, prepare. If y'all on the East Coast, definitely prepare for the winter storm that's coming. Hopefully, it's not as crazy as it's being made out to be. But definitely stay safe, stay warm, and be blessed as always. Peace, y'all.